push, push, push. Right there.
What are you scared of?
I'm scared of everything.
Why?
I don't know.
There is no ground. There's no you. There's nowhere you can look, and there's nothing. It's just a fluid moment of consciousness.
Once you become a nudist, like you're free with a lot of things. You're free. Like.
Remember when you was a kid, you take tests. Don't stay stuck on this one problem. Just keep on going. That's the same thing in life.
I'm 62 years old. I should be worried all the time, but I'm not.
How do I,
Just don't think about shit.
Can I pay less in rent if I spend most of my time living in my own head? Is constant worrying truly an internal flaw if sometimes the world makes no sense and is really mean? I shouldn't spend my mornings trying to mentally solve problems that haven't even happened yet. But what if I lose everything if I don't? What if the person I trust most betrays me? What if I never find a deep sense of belonging and die alone? What if I die alone? What if I won't ever live up to my potential? What if there's no way to escape the constant fear looming under my conscious mind and I'm doomed to forever?
Mr. Williams.
To work.
Hey, yeah, called me in your office, sir. Good to see you. Okay.
You've been doing a fantastic job this past month.
Thank you so much. Seriously, I mean, that means the world to hear. I was worried this was going to be about something.
You remind me of myself when I was younger.
Really? Oh.
So, like, are you anxious right now?
No. What?
It's just, how do I put this? You are a vibe kill.
What?
People around here don't like you, man. I mean, you're good at your job, but it's like, oh my God, get me away from him. He's reeking of fear. He's thinking about everything. He can't do a, Jesus.
That's not true.
Just chill out.
That's not true.
Starting to really piss me off. This company runs on one kind of fuel, and it ain't bitch.
I mean, Mr. Williams, I feel like this isn't very professional.
I have to say, Mr. Williams, you said, oh, yeah. Take the week off. Go fix yourself. Come back in my office, and if I get so much as a whiff of this, oh, Mr. Williams, then you're fired. And I'm going to ask you again. Are you anxious right now?
No.
It's pretty sweet to have a boss who loves you the way mine does. He went out of his way to point out he's noticed my struggle with anxiety and wants to see me turn a new leaf so that I can be a better employee,
a better man, and most of all, a better intellect.
Now I'm gonna lose my job. My boss is right. I'm annoying. If I don't have something, I'm afraid I never will, and if I do, I'm afraid of losing it. Who wants to give that guy money? I can throw on an earring and walk around with a beautiful stride, sure, but when it comes down to it, I'm just a scared guy. Nothing feels safe, and now it's gonna cost me my job. And probably everything else going forward in my life because I can't change in a week. This is just the start of the end, and sooner or later, I'm gonna spiral and collapse into myself like a dying star. But as it turns out, life had other plans in store for me. On my way home, something happened to catch my eye. A glimmer of hope, a window into a world where anxiety seemed like just a word. I wanted to sulk back into my hole in the ground, but something within me just had to find out. How does this cowboy ride?
I'm the naked cowboy. gotta do what you gotta do. So what's up?
My boss at my job, he told me that if I don't stop being anxious, he'll fire me. And I'm
well, that makes you more anxious, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to like. Just
well, it's like
calm
when
down.
you can't sleep at night. Why can't I sleep? So I can't, you know. So
exactly. How do you not get anxious like when you're out here?
I'm always anxious. I thrive on adversity. I can't wait for a problem.
Okay.
I have a completely normal, absolutely disciplined life outside of this environment. We need the things that make us feel like we have control in the world because we don't.
To me, that kind of freaks me out because like there's no control and that scares me.
There is no ground. There's no you. There's nowhere you can look, and there's nothing. It's just a fluid moment of consciousness.
So how do you not get freaked out?
Well,
how do you?
Because I got you, buddy. I got you. I got someone I believe in.
Maybe he was kidding around, but in that moment, after our embrace, it felt as if all my worries fell silent. Here was a man who felt so at peace with the uncontrollable nature of the universe that he could just walk around in his underwear. He was everything I wanted to be, and somehow his belief in me, real or not, filled me with enough confidence to look at my situation differently. Maybe I can figure something out and change just enough to keep my job. Maybe I can become the man I've always wanted to be. I had found the courage to give this ultimatum a real go, but I was still left with some serious questions. If what the cowboy said was true, that he is actually anxious all the time, then isn't having a disciplined life where you are given an illusory sense of control nothing but a band-aid to a deeper wound? Is there maybe an approach to changing my relationship with fear out there that might work for me? The city is big, and maybe a few people have figured out a thing or two. I guess I have a week to find out. My first conversation of the day was with a person who, much like the cowboy, regularly committed himself to a physical practice.
This is the bag over here.
Okay.
Manhattan Portage.
Yeah.
And it shows you all of that. Like, it's really cool.
What's this?
That's my. I do like pretty much modeling. I do erotic modeling. Yeah.
Naturist, nudist.
Yeah. Explore your body. Like, you know, the man who knows his body, like, you know, inside outside. It shows that you love your life. You love who you are.
I was spellbound by Richie's account of how much personal liberation nudism provided him with.
It's just really fun. I'm gonna have my hands like this, and a girl comes behind you.
And after filling him in on my situation, he painted a picture of his experience that I could only describe as pure bliss.
So they go inside like a setting, dim lights, incense burning or something, so it relaxes your whole mind. You relax, and you're like lotioned up, and you go with the music. The music is like some earth, wind, ocean, and stuff. You know, the sound of the water.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah, and birds whistling in the background, and it's really good.
But I'd be lying if I said that actually trying this out myself didn't completely terrify me. I have a hard time looking at myself fully clothed. To try and embrace myself naked just feels way too risky. I mean, what if I really look at myself and discover something horribly ugly? Or what if I like it too much? Can I pull off being a nudist? I couldn't ignore that we were right next to a playground any longer and decided to strike up another conversation.
Just think about positive stuff, man. Positive. What you want to do in life? Something positive.
What about like at my job though? I have to go back in a week and
You tell them this.
Tell them to
fuck off.
You.
Yeah, fuck off.
What if I lose my job though?
You're not gonna lose your. If you lose your job, you get a better job.
What if I don't get a better job?
You're gonna get a better job. See, there you go. You thinking negatively.
But I can't afford to piss my boss off. I need this job. New York is not a place to be losing jobs, and even if I could pull off only positive thoughts for more than a minute, how practical is that anyway? I mean, don't you need to think about what could go wrong in order to make smart decisions?
So as of right now, you wouldn't hang out with me because I'm kind of negative, essentially.
No, I would hang out with you because you need some help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do need
Yeah. Yep. I'll hang out with you.
I felt a strange pang of nausea hit me after our conversation, and I think it was caused by a feeling of shame. This man was trying to help me. He was was talking to me, and all I could do was listen to my own brain. I was starting to get sick of how much fear was within me, how resistant I was to just trying anything.
You got
what kind? Yeah, like
weed.
Smoke weed.
Smoke weed? I got some weed.
I haven't done it.
I thought you did.
I mean, I can't do it now because I got to do the rest of the video, but.
What you gotta do is sober? Can I smoke?
I can't though. I can't.
So I knew what I had to do. I needed to shut my brain off and just act. I was only going to learn what works for me and what doesn't by seeing it happen with my own 2 eyes. Because I'm someone who does that. I don't overanalyze and I don't overthink. I'm a positive person, and things are going to work out for me. And I'm handsome.
My boss will see that I've changed. My boss will see that in reality, I was never anxious to begin with. We're a super boss. We're a super boss.
Hello. I'm gonna walk in confident, like I really like myself.
You've been away.
Yeah, something like that.
And I'm gonna keep it light, maybe even joke around a little bit.
Dude, you're looking buff. You been working out?
So you lost your anxiousness, huh?
You know, I just kind of like took a look at myself. Okay.
And if he really tries to press me, I'm gonna give him this look that says, don't mess with me.
You know, you breed anxiety.
You spread it around.
I'm not anxious, okay?
And if he tries to be really mean,
You got more anxiety in your little finger than the whole fucking company has down on the 2nd floor.
I'm gonna,
Yeah, what is this act you're putting on with me? Your fucking headphones. You're trying to be Mr. Cool.
You remind me of myself when I was your age. I used to cry over everything. Out of my office. Come on, go.
Oh my God.
Jeez. You're also Asian. You're also Asian. You're also Asian. You're also Asian. You're also Asian.
weed is the devil's lettuce. It should be illegal again. I know it's only my first day trying to change this pretty deep-rooted part of myself, but so far the only things I've learned are that I can't think positively at all. I can make taking drugs not fun, and nudism is not okay. It's not okay. In fact, it's wrong. But then again, I'm the one constantly afraid. And Retro Richie's the one that seems to have found some peace.
The learning never ends. It goes here, so many branches.
You're saying that life is like a tree.
It is. No, life is a tree.
I think my gut knew I couldn't stop now. I wanted to keep hating myself, but something inside me felt a weird tiny sense of pride in having actually tried anything. To give up now would mean my boss wins. And as anxious as I am, I really didn't want my boss to win.
I don't sound like a baby.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I went out again, scouring the streets for what felt like ages, and eventually found myself talking to a group of punk rockers who had pieces of advice they were convinced would work.
Getting laid?
Definitely good for easing tension.
How, like, where would you even start with that, though?
I can take you to a story from many years ago.
Please do.
A guy named Roar. Roar was kind of an asshole, but Roar was always getting laid. How did Roar get laid? He'd stand at the door of a party, and every drunk chick that came out, he'd say, "Hey, babe, wanna go fuck?"
Whoa.
A lot of girls would, like, smack him in the face.
I used to do that when I was like 14 on St. Mark's.
You used to do that too?
I was 14.
A lot of girls finally would go like, okay.
Dude.
I don't know if I could do that, though.
I started to worry if maybe I was letting fear and cowardice get the best of me for not wanting to try this out myself. But then I thought about how something like this should probably warrant time in prison. I decided a better move would be to mentally check out of the conversation and revert back to venting out my problems like a robot reading a script.
He said I'm kind of tensed up in the office all the time. Just realized I'm like kind of afraid of everything, and like I wake up and I'm afraid. And
that is until a silent figure in the background couldn't stay silent any longer.
Working out.
What are you scared of?
I'm scared of everything.
Why?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
Fear's a mind killer, man. Fear's a mind killer.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I'm scared right now.
Yeah. Everything we do in life is out of love or fear. So if you wake up scared, you're fucked the whole day, every day.
That's me. I wake up and
What's there to be scared of? You may die someday, and honestly, death is just the beginning of something far more wonderful. So even if you die, what's the worst thing other than dying that could happen?
Yeah. I'm pretty anxious about losing my job.
I've been divorced 3 times. I've been to rehab. My son died. I've made and lost millions of dollars. And I'm basically dead to the world in lots of ways.
And
I fear nothing.
How does that...
Talek.
Yeah.
I choose.
We all have a choice.
And just like that, he walked off into the sunset, beautifully, gracefully. But me, I felt like a baby. A giant baby in a suit, attacked with grown-up man wisdom.
That was intense.
Definitely, that dude came up to you all like...
But I knew this had to be some kind of divine signal for change. He had talked of love, that despite all he had lost, he chose to love instead of fear. And frankly, his problems made mine look ridiculous. So why not make my own choice? Why not invite love into my life? Maybe opening up my heart would cast some kind of powerful warm ray of light on my anxiety. Maybe the punk rockers were onto something. Maybe love is the answer.
Hold on. If you're looking for a stud, this is the guy. What's your Instagram?
Talek all better. T-I-L-E-K all better.
All your single women, get at him.
I had been choosing fear, and I'd been choosing it for a long time. And I knew this was a unique approach, but I had no time for farting around dating apps, and I definitely didn't want to be like Roar.
Hey, babe, wanna go?
So I figured it'd be smart to just let the universe know that I'm open, that I'm available. But, pretty quickly I noticed I was more of a source of entertainment than I was a serious candidate for romance. And, you know, honestly, it hurt. And I know my posters showcased more of my playful, humorous side, but I was out in the cold, putting in a real effort. Doesn't that display a level of commitment that's maybe even a little bit attractive?
You're not even handsome.
I've been running around for the past few days trying to fix myself, and, well, this might have been the last straw. But as luck would have it, I ended up experiencing what I could only describe as love at first sight. People told me to find my passion, to find some sort of hobby.
Figure out what will make you happy in the long run.
Once you find the thing you like, it just opens up a whole other world for you, man.
And honestly, I wrote it off as silly nonsense. But now that I see it in front of me, I feel like a fool. A fool in love. Suddenly, it wasn't just me anymore. It was us. And this guitar, music, it made me feel like this is what I was put on earth to do. And maybe this is who I am. And this ultimatum with my boss, my worrying all the time, all of it just faded away. Who cares about any of that when you can rock? Before I knew it, I was. I woke up the next morning a completely new man, an anxiety-free man. I had done it, and all it took was a new love. I could express all my worries outwards, and it just felt really good to have something that grounded me so much. But before I saw my boss again, I wanted to push it a little bit further. I needed to really be sure my brain had truly rewired. And what better way to put myself to the test than a showcase of my new talent? I was so confident in my newfound inner stability that I was gonna go all the way. I was gonna go all the way.
You have it all twisted.
How can I be more handsome? How can I be more lean? You hold my anxious heart for ransom and spit on my face until I cry. I'm Asian, but I'm filled with pride. Your office walls are full of lies that sing you racist lullabies. You say I kill the vibe, kill the vibe, kill the vibe, kill the vibe, kill the vibe. I kill the vibe. You say I kill the vibe, kill the vibe, kill the vibe, kill the vibe, kill the vibe.
I had done something so crazy, so out of my comfort zone that I knew walking into that office on Monday was going to be a juice fest. The look on everyone's face when they see how much I've changed. Juicy. Talec's not only anxiety-free, he's a rock star now.
You say that I'm an anxious kind of guy, but I'm not at all. I'm chill. I'm brave, I'm chill, I'm cool, I'm fine. Is that good?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Also,
Thanks,
the
man.
funny part, I'm Asian.
Yeah, yeah. Did you you weren't filming any of that, were you?
Huh?
You weren't filming any of that, were you?
Yeah, I was snapping the whole thing.
Oh wow. Okay.
You want me to send it
Sorry.
to you?
Did you guys see my shirt here?
For some reason I was convinced someone had stolen my shirt, and that people were filming me not because I touched their hearts with my song, but because I was some sort of weird Asian guy who had finally lost it.
I'm sorry, have you seen my shirt?
Why did I have to take my shirt off anyway? I'm not the naked cowboy, and I never will be. I thought maybe my brain had finally rewired and I was this passionate guy who'd found himself, but turns out no one stole my shirt. It was actually in my bag. I thought love was always the answer. I feel like love is always the answer. But I'm all out of answers. And I know I can't go through life expecting to never be anxious, but crashing out like that and then running away feels like I've gone 30 steps backwards. I spent the rest of the day bothering anyone who would listen to my problems and was surprised when they opened up themselves.
Oh yeah, no, I'll wake up like I feel like I'm dying at times.
Yeah.
And I've been on antidepressants for like 10 years now. And I've been through something kind of tough recently. And that's like changed my entire life around. I don't know, anxiety sucks.
Yeah.
It really does, and it affects pretty much like everyone on the street. They're kind of like in their own world and super anxious, and you just don't know it. That's why everyone has headphones in. They're trying to like just be in their own world and kind of center themselves.
Like he said, you're kind of a vibe kill.
Who said that? He
my
said
boss
that?
said
You don't. I don't feel that. I don't even know you, but you don't seem that way. What did you do, man? You can only be who you are, and I think that you just have to remember that you have value no matter what. It doesn't matter. Everybody
So
has
even
value.
if I...
Yeah, even if you lose your job, even if you run into hardship, of course you matter. Of course you know, because you are here. That's it. Sounds crazy, but it's true. Okay.
I had somehow found myself speaking to a man who I thought was trying to threaten my life.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
But as it turns out, he just needed a practicing partner for his new moves.
Push, 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 push.
He was a karate instructor, and I guess his ninja senses were tingling because he could sense that something was off.
You know what your question, your real question is? Why am I like this? What is driving me this way?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what that is? What are you trying to prove? That's my question to you.
If I am not anxious, I'm not constantly on top of my stuff and thinking, then I won't achieve and I won't get to where I need to be. And
so what? Where do you need to be? Can I answer that question for you? Wherever you are, that's where you need to be. That's all. That's all. Hitler was a, if you look objectively at Hitler, he's a tremendous accomplisher. But, you know, what are we talking about here? Yeah. On the other side, if you take a dog, dress him in the best clothes, put him in a castle, he's still a dog. You can't look at things as medicines. You have to, you know, oh, if I do this, everybody follows a trend. Or if I do this, I'll be happy. Or if I do that. Then you do it and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What? You know?
He then did some kind of analysis on my psyche based on my body's natural instincts.
Yeah, I can't.
You only have what Chinese would say is yang. You're a forward force. You have no ground underneath it.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's kind of what I feel like in life,
yes.
right?
Well, no. You have a ground, you just have not connected with it enough. You have it.
I was trying to process that conversation as best as I could. I wasn't sure how I was right where I needed to be because I hated my life. And regardless, I still felt that same pang of dread. My week was almost up and
hello? Hello?
Sorry, is this Tyler?
Yeah. Who is this?
Hey, sorry, give me 1 second. Alright, look, man, I just wanted to call you. This is Eddie from the second floor.
Oh, hey, Eddie, what's up?
Mr. Williams obviously couldn't talk because of the investigation. I wanted to let you know. Don't come into work on Monday. We basically have to disappear. The whole money laundering scheme.
Wait,
they caught us.
What?
The whole money laundering. That's funny. The whole money laundering scheme. It's kind of a bust. So please don't come into work. Find a new job. And if you say anything to anyone, I'll fucking kill you.
And just like that, with one call, my life was over.
Why would I be? That's against the law.
You're the accountant, right?
Yeah,
You're the money guy. You're the numbers guy.
Stay on the line for a second. I just kind of need to stop saying I don't have a job anymore. I know. Eddie, just stay on the line. Eddie, just stay on the line.
The number you dialed is not a working
Eddie.
number. Please check the number and dial again. El número que marcó no está en servicio. Verifíquelo y márquelo de nuevo.
I tried calling the number back maybe a dozen times. I tried to run through every scenario I could where this wasn't happening. Like maybe it was a prank call, a mistake. Maybe I still had some weed left in me. After a certain point, I think I sort of blacked out. I wonder if my brain short-circuited or something because the only thing I remember is being in some kind of void where I was floating. And I was thinking about how the one thing I was so scared of happening for so long ended up happening. I tried to do everything I could. I tried to change myself in any way I could to keep it from happening, but it still did. I guess in a way I was right to be so anxious because, you know, I lost my job after all. But in a strange way, I feel so relaxed. Maybe I'm in shock, but I'm still here. And I don't have a job, and maybe I'm a criminal. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But for whatever reason, right now that's okay. It's only